We have a military coup in Bolivia. We got the latest for you here. It's continuing to be twists and turns. We have a recall of coffee, jarred canned coffee, 300 products. We got ice cream recalls, and we're not talking about small names here. We're talking about like Hershey's and stuff, and Friendlies, and we got Listeria in that going on. We have Walmart laying off corporate office workers. That's kind of telling us how bad things are getting. Times are getting tough. And a CDK software update. This has knocked 15,000 dealerships offline, but not just cars and trucks, but also tractor dealerships. We need to talk about that. We got updates coming from you guys from all over, lots more. Let's jump right into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in. If you have something you'd like to share with the group, particularly stuff from your workplace, things that you know what's going on out there in the supply chain, things that are going to be a problem that you know about, please let us know by posting a comment on this video or any video on this channel. Make sure you use the word update somewhere in there and give us some sort of geographical location. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They help people who have retirement accounts get out of stocks and bonds at all-time highs, right? This is a good time to do it. And to shift over into stable things like gold, silver, and platinum. Genesis Gold is the only one that can actually put prepper bars in your IRAs. These things are pretty awesome. You can break them into little pieces so that you can actually trade them. Once again, physical metals in your IRA or your 401k. And then when you take distributions out, you actually get your silver, your gold, your platinum straight out, and it comes into your hands, not dollars, worthless dollars, right? If you want to find out more about that, Jonathan and his team would love to talk to you. There'll be a link at the end of the video. All right, so let's go down to Bolivia. Out of nowhere, suddenly the military decided to storm the presidential compound in Bolivia. So that was kind of a big deal. Now this attempted coup has now been denounced by Honduras, Spain, Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Paraguay, Venezuela, Uruguay, and there's video out there of President Luis Arce facing down General Zuniga and his troops, demanding that he stands down his troops. Now this is like in like one of the foyers or whatever. It's pretty intense. You might want to check that out. But now General Zuniga, he claimed that he was restoring democracy and he wanted to release the political prisoners. But shortly thereafter, and the last we're seeing so far is that his troops have left the presidential grounds with the president still in office. So it looks like a failed coup. That's what the president is calling this. Now, was it more complicated than that, more nuanced? I don't know, but we'll keep our eyes on this and try to figure out what's going on as we go forward. But it looks like the president and the government in Bolivia is still in power. But will there be a second go at this? How much of the military is loyal to the president? How much of the military is loyal to the general? I don't know. This is from Moments with Mitch about recalls. I'm seeing in the news today nearly 300 types of canned coffee distributed nationwide. You can find details on U.S. Food and Drug Administration site. It's neurotoxin contamination. So basically, this company they fill canned stuff for private labels. So because of that, we got lots and lots of private labels. So none of the really, really big labels, but let me just go through some of the bigger ones here real fast. If any of these are on your shelf, you might want to perk up. Bent Tree, Baba Java, Bold Bean, Bolt, Cape Cod Coffee, Coffee Hound, Coterie Coffee, Farmhouse, Firegrounds, Gigawatt, Hein Brothers, Larry's Coffee, Mocha Joe, Others Coffee, Summit Coffee, Vivid, and White Rhino. If any of those are sitting on your shelf, you might want to check to see if yours has been recalled. That's, once again, canned coffee kind of energy drinks and stuff like that. Major recall out there. Also, ice cream. 60 ice cream products also recalled, including Hershey's brand, Friendly's, Chipwich, Jenny's, and that's because of listeria contamination. So big deal out there. Check your ice cream. Make sure if you got ice cream just recently, make sure it's not under a recall because most of us don't cook our ice cream, right? I'm safe because the ice cream that I have has been sitting in that freezer for months. Let's just say it that way. I haven't had ice cream in a very long time, but got some mint chocolate chip in there, which is by far the best ice cream out there. And if you get the Aldi kind, they don't put the dye in there, which is, I think, a perk. You know, it tastes better with the green, but you know that stuff's not good for you, right? Anyway, Kathy says, my niece is in the Navy on a ship somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. She just messaged me that she won't be able to come home on leave as planned. All leaves have been canceled for the foreseeable future. Please pray for our military. Looks like some of the Navy units are going to be extended. No word yet on that, but I have seen some posts out there that some of the Marine Expeditionary units have suddenly started moving. No word yet on where they're moving to, but there was a Navy ship in the Philippines, a ship in off Norway, and then another ship, I believe, down by Spain, and they all started moving all simultaneously, looking like it's going towards either Lebanon or the Houthis in Yemen. Somewhere in Middle East is kind of where they're headed towards, it looks like, but we don't have confirmations on that just yet. But when you start seeing the pieces on the board start moving, you start going, what's going on? What don't I know? But with what's going on in Lebanon and Israel, I would say that's a pretty safe bet. They want to get the Marine Expeditionary units off the coast of Lebanon. This is definitely looking like it's going to escalate into a major conflict. I've been telling you for weeks now that that's looking like it's going to blow up at some point here, and it's going to cause some big problems. And the United States very well might get dragged into that. Gail says, U.S. banks closed 51 branches in just 3 weeks. Is yours affected? So check to make sure your branches are still open. That's another 51 in just 3 weeks. The figures suggest banks are committed to increasingly offering their services online and axing the costly bricks and mortar locations. More than 400 branches have closed so far in 2024. So big deal. That does seem to be accelerating as well. All right, Calm Clean says, was at Mazer Group this morning. They are the largest New Holland dealer. That's tractors. Fun fact, I actually grew up in New Holland, Pennsylvania, back in the day as a kid, and so that's where all the New Holland tractors come from. But New Holland dealer in Canada. They own several franchises across the country, picking up some parts, and they said that their computers were all down. So the New Holland group up there, down, and I asked if they use CDK. They said yes, they do. And they also said that all of Deere was down as well. So you're looking at potentially Ford tractors under the brand New Holland impacted by this, as well as John Deere tractors. If any of you guys can confirm whether that's also in the United States as well. Are tractor companies being impacted by this, like Deere, as well as John Deere, as well as New Holland tractors? Let me know, because that obviously widens the impact of this and means that it's impacting farmers too. Cliff says, talk to an Air Force officer, NG Intel. They have been training for war with China since 2018. But lately, since 2023, they have been doing drills. This is interesting. This is in the continental United States, okay? They've been doing drills where the whole fighter wing has to be gone from their current location in 24 hours. That's everyone. Mechanics, offices, arms, planes, equipment. These are continental United States drills. Take it for what it's worth, but it's the first I've heard of it, and I trust the source. Let's just say if we get into a major war with another country, we will see some new things. We will see new weapon platforms deployed. And I think that the place where we're going to see the most interesting stuff come out will be from the Air Force. I'm still waiting for them to have the airborne laser systems, airborne anti-missile laser systems. They've been developing those. I know stuff, and they were looking back in the day at getting like a 747 or another passenger jet type aircraft, and putting a major laser system in there, and then using fighter jets to patrol with it, and as they approach another, the enemy aircraft, basically the major aircraft could use the laser to knock missiles out of the sky, and potentially knock out the planes out of the sky, and the fighter jets would be there to make sure that no one sneaks up on the aircraft from any of the sides or anything like that. So we've never seen that deployed. We've never seen anything like that deployed. By now, 20 years later, they may have miniaturized that into a much smaller package, and that may be something that that gets deployed on a different kind of military aircraft or a platform potentially we've never even seen before. So that's just an indication that there are things out there that we haven't seen deployed from our Air Force and our military that we may see in the near future. Grayland says, from northwestern North Carolina, Walmart is laying off 155 people at the corporate office in Charlotte, North Carolina as of September. Do companies lay off people when things are good? The answer is generally no. They fire people when things are good, right, because they're bad employees or something like that. But they don't just start laying off departments unless they need to cut some of the fat, right? So be aware of that. Okay, here's an update from Texas Education. 91 Cav says, a very important update. Texas Education Agency is working on updating the TEKS, which are standards for teachers. They now include teaching creationism, including the book of Genesis, and how art plays a role in creationism. These are proposed changes that still need to be approved, but are currently online for people to view. So that would be interesting if it's taught as an alternative to evolution and such like that. Now, some of you guys are like, nope, shouldn't do that. But others of you of faith are kind of like, yeah, we should at least teach that. Stephanie says, Aldi's in Middle Tennessee, no lettuce, no cucumbers, no frozen spinach. We are having produce issues out there, right? Donnie says, CDK rumors say that they gave in to a $20 million ransom, but systems will not be restored to most dealers until at least Sunday, the 30th of June. Once systems go back online, dealers will have to convert manual tickets to computerized repair orders and invoices. Orders received after the hack will have to be posted, and claims and returns for parts will likely require manufacturer approval upon submission due to delays that put items outside the time parameters typically allowed. Headaches all the way around. Now here's kind of what we are seeing that are a little more confirmed than rumors, but we're still kind of feeling our way in the dark here. Officially, they are CDK saying they're continuing the restoration process of our core applications. So continuing, okay, so they're not up yet. They're working on it, right? Bloomberg is out there reporting that they did pay that they were demanded a $10 million ransom. And Fortune magazine out there reported that CDK was going to go ahead and pay it. So we are seeing some pretty strong confirmations that that there are that there is some sort of ransom going to be paid here in order to get the systems back online, but that may take a little bit of time. They won't get the systems back immediately. They will have to go through them and clean them out, try to purge the viruses and backdoors out of the system before they send it back live, or else they might get hacked again, right? So there's always that issue there too. Greg says, where have all the help wanted signs gone? Northeast Tennessee. I have seen a dramatic decrease in help wanted signs in the last month. So not even too long, right? And that feels right to me too. That up here in Pittsburgh, it seems like the help wanted signs have by and large disappeared. Everybody was looking for help, or at least the sign said they were. Even fast food help wanted signs are gone. Belk's, Tractor Supply, Big John's, Big Lots, Walmart too. Makes me think back to when you said how companies would keep the signs up to satisfy shareholders and make themselves look good. But something has changed. I stopped in Hardee's last week and they had 2 people running the store, but no help wanted sign. McDonald's was always busy, no matter what time it was. Now the parking lot is half empty at mealtime. I hope I'm wrong. I get the feeling things are about to get real. Things are already bad enough. Stay safe out there. And this is from Ken on produce. Northeast Tennessee, tomatoes. Usually 1 brand is packaged and 2 brands are loose. Today, no loose tomatoes, just 2 packages. One look and you saw why these 2 packages were still there. Too much showing up rotten. The sad thing is they do not understand why. They are still using non-refrigerated trucks during record heat. All right, friends, if you have updates, please do get those into us. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold, but what you can do with prepper bars or with just silver and gold in your IRA, there's a link right there. Fill it out and they'll get in contact with you, or you can find their phone number down in the description down below. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.